Well, continuing with the study of the institution that is not consolidated, number 5, we will begin with what the book of Apocalypse or Revelation illustrates and teaches us. We ask you to pay much attention to the following. In Revelation or Apocalypse chapter 5 verse 2, the following question is made. The passage tells, "And I saw a strange angel proclaiming with a loud voice, Who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof?" The book of Apocalypse or Revelation suffers from a serious problem nowadays. Not because it is meant to have it, but that's the problem that it suffers, and that is an issue that has been dealt in that way. Pay attention that Apocalypse means revelation, so it is supposed that everything that is in the book is a revelation. But the majority of the allegedly teachers, preachers, pastors, and apostles have this text, this book, as one of the darkest, closest book, which cannot be understood. Moreover, if you study eschatology, you will know that there are a series of schools by which the book is tried to be explained, which you will not study now because it is not the subject. So what we want is to call your attention into what is happening in the book of Revelation, chapter 5, verse 2. And look what an interesting thing this is. The book sentences that in the development of the events, a strong angel was seen. That is interesting to say, a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, "Who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof?" Such a question deserves a unique and worthy answer. But let's see what happened after the question was made. This is very important. We consider it to be fundamental, like the base of things. It is written, "And no one in heaven nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon. And I wept much because no one was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon." As we can appreciate, there was no person or being that was worthy of opening the book and to loose the seals. In other words, nobody, absolutely nobody can talk, teach, reveal, and say anything about God's plans, because that is what the book contains. Now let's see if someone worthy to open the book and to loose the seals was found. And one of the elders said unto me, "Weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah." What a beautiful thing this is. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof. So imagine that this passage has an extraordinary and terrible richness of knowledge. We will need to be talking a lot about all the implications and about everything that this text contains. But it's something incredible, because the passage tells us about so many things, and we believe that time wouldn't be enough to find each and every topic that one would like to discuss here. But for matters of the study and the teaching, we have to anchor ourselves a little bit in this passage, because the book of Revelations reveals the will and thought of God, which is not easy. For us to have access to the divine thought, that is very, very complicated. So only until God is manifested we can comprehend a little bit what is the thought of God. So imagine what an extraordinary thing this is. What an interesting thing. First, God creates what we will call a book, that in this case will be a scroll, and in this scroll he writes his will. In other words, what he orders must happen before putting once again order to everything, because of the disorder that occurred between first Satan and later the case of Adam and Eve. So the scriptures tells in detail that no one was found, and that three places were proposed to look for. In heaven, a place totally apart of contamination, evil, and perversion. In the earth, where there is a lot of evil, a lot of perversion, and a lot of corruption. But they also offer us a third place, under the earth. Look what an extraordinary revelation, because it is being said to us that there are also beings under the earth. That is why, and no one. And they put these three places. And also the text tells that besides that no one was found, no one that was counted there could open the book. Much less, imagine the extent of the power of this scroll, they couldn't even look at it. And this of opening and looking at it is something profound, that we will have to debate a series of things, because revelation is like that. You cannot read it lightly, because you steal all the knowledge. So imagine that there was no person nor being to be worthy of looking at the book, nor losing its seals. There was no one. So that shows us that no one, absolutely no one, because that is the teaching that survives in this passage. One of its teachings, because it has many, is that no one, absolutely no one, can talk, teach, reveal, and say anything regarding the plans of God. And why do we say that? Because that is what the passage says. We do not say it. No one, there is no one, only the Messiah, only the Lion of the tribe of Judah. What an extraordinary thing, the root of David. So imagine what a presentation so worthy, so unique. He is the one that has prevailed. In other words, it is a right that has been obtained to open the book and to loose the seven seals. So where does this passage want to take us? Well, this passage takes us to comprehend that no one, absolutely no one, neither we nor the Church of God, nor any supposedly pastor, leader, religious person, preacher, teacher, prophet, apostle, can talk anything about the revelation, because the only one that the scripture sentences that was found worthy is the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David. In more practical terms, Jesus the Messiah. And that is because he earned it, so no one can take from him what is his right. That tells us that all those that have been speaking nonsense, deceit, lies, falsehoods, that Jesus the Messiah will come in a certain date, that things will occur in this manner, that this is like that the end will be like this, like that, you don't have to pay them attention, because the only one that was found as it was spoken was Jesus the Messiah, who we praise and glorify, and we thank him for being our redemption. So look what an incredible thing this is. In other words, how the institution that did not consolidated in this topic begins to throw great knowledge, a lot of truth, and above all, a lot of revelation, so that seeing we see and hearing we hear. And that is what the Church of God hopes, that you see, but to really see, and hear, but to really hear. and that based upon that knowledge you can take the adequate and correct decisions, and do not continue astray, and not continue in religious groups, and not continue being deceived, but that you can search the will of God and not the false and apparent will. With this in mind, we believe to be advancing in this study, and we hope that you can reflect, that you can analyze, and that you do what corresponds to be done. Because he who knows what is good and doesn't do it, to him it is sin.